Some of our family members have fascinating stories to share with us, stories that should be passed on to the next generations. But how do you gather it all together? What questions should you ask? Those things just are frustrating. One of our clients told us about a new service that she was wondering about, so we're going to give it a quick review here, and I think you might like what you see. Hi, I'm Mollie Bartelt, photo estate planner and co-founder of Pixologie. I'm here today because one of our clients, Rose Maria, asked us about a service called StoryWorth. She has been preserving her photos, and one of her family members asked her to check out StoryWorth. So she looked at it and she thought it sounded kind of interesting. It involved answering questions and submitting them by email, and a book would be made at the end. But she just wanted to get our thoughts on it. So I'm just taking a few minutes here to go to their website, talk about it, and I actually think it's kind of neat. The service is called StoryWorth, and my little bit of background research shows that it was started at least 6 years ago, if not earlier, by a gentleman named Nick Baum, who had been sending questions to his dad, I think, via email, and it kind of grew from there. The idea is really awesome. Once a week, a question's emailed to your family member and they answer the question. All of those questions and answers are compiled into a book at the end of the year, and you get a hardcover book in the mail at the end of the year. You can order extra copies. The concept sounds great, so let's just check the website out here. So I'm at their website, and it doesn't say StoryWorth at the top, which is kind of unusual, but we're going to scroll down and I'm going to click on watch video. It's just 1 minute.
StoryWorth is the easiest way to record your family stories and print them in beautiful hardcover books. This is my dad. He turns 89 this summer. Needless to say, he has a lot of great stories. Now, luckily, my dad has had a chance to meet his grandkids, and hopefully they'll have many more years to get to know each other. But a few years ago, I started wondering how much of him they would really remember. That's why I started StoryWorth. Here's how it works. Once a week, we'll email your dad a question that you've never thought to ask. All he has to do is reply with a story, which is shared with you each week. At the end of the year, his stories are bound into a beautiful keepsake book. We now have hundreds of pages of my dad's stories that I'll share with my kids when they're older, so they can hear them just as he would tell them in person. Invite your dad to share his stories today at StoryWorth.com.
Sounds kind of cool, hey? So while we're on the website, I'll just scroll down a little bit here so you can see how it works. Again, like they mentioned in the video, an email is sent once a week to your family member, and then they reply, and then at the end of the year the stories are bound into a beautiful keepsake book. If my dad would have done this, I would treasure that book forever. I think it's really a neat idea. So it talks about preserving family memories, feeling connected to the family, learning about your relatives. And I don't know if you've read our book on creating a memorable photo book, but we know that stories help bind families together. Dr. Fivish, who started the Family Narratives Lab, it focused on how family reminiscing creates a shared history and helps to maintain emotional bonds. They found in her studies that children and adolescents who know more of their family history show higher well-being on many measures, including higher self-esteem, academic competence, higher social competence, and fewer behavior problems. Family stories are so important. So I actually am pretty excited about this service. And I think it could be a really awesome gift at the end of the year, for your family member and for your cousins, your brothers and sisters, whomever, would value those stories as well. So, of course, I did check out reviews, and here you have some of the testimonials from people who've used it. I also saw that CNN reviewed it, and a couple of the blog sites. It gets good reviews, and it's been seen everywhere. So I'm just scrolling down a little further here, and obviously you can see ready to get started, buy now is in here frequently. I was really curious to see how much this would cost. They answer some questions here, but let's go back up to buy now. Purchase the gift. So this is structured as purchasing a gift that you send to somebody, your mom or your dad or grandfather, whomever you want to get the stories from, or you can tell your own stories. So the way it's designed on the website is you're going for a gift, which is fine. You can pick a card and then you invite the person. This will be sent via email. And there's options to add multiple storytellers, which will increase it. You can order extra books, and then you pay. So here, today on this website, there's actually a $10 discount. So it's $89 for the whole year. That's like about $2 a week, $2 a question, plus you get the book. I think it's a phenomenal deal. I think that is really awesome. I wonder if my mother would do this. I think it would be fun to try it out. What a cool website. In my world of photo estate planning, obviously we focus heavily on the photos, but we know that the stories are so important as well. So I could see this as being a tool to complement the pictures, because so often the pictures bring those stories to life even more. And people don't know what treasures they have in those old boxes of photos. So in my review, I definitely love this idea. I could see myself doing this for my mother, for my mother-in-law. I have an uncle. I think his would be interesting. So a couple of things that I wonder about that wouldn't stop me from purchasing it. Number one, can you get a PDF copy of the book? Or do you only get the hardcover book? The PDF would be a good thing to have, because hardcover books can be lost, and how long is that information saved? The second is, will your family member do this on a weekly basis? It sounds really cool, but I know if I got a weekly question that I had to answer, I could see myself falling behind on it. So I don't think that's a deal breaker at all, but I wondered. And third, it's not a substitute for preserving the family photo collection. This should be a tool that goes with your family photo collection, because the pictures bring the stories alive. And you've got the pictures in some cases. Bring it all together. So that's my 2 cents worth on StoryWorth for $89. I think it's pretty cool. I hope that this review was helpful, and if you liked it, put the thumbs up on it. And if you like having information and tips and ideas on how to do some of this preservation work yourself, definitely subscribe to our channel. We try to post information and our pen episodes routinely, and you don't want to miss it. That's it for now. You have a fantastic rest of the day, and happy memory saving.